Without them, there'd be no Cullens, Cloverfield, or Kaiju. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 classic movie monsters. For this list, we're looking at those creatures which started the trend of movie monsters and decades later are still haunting our dreams. Number 10, Imhotep, the Mummy. Universal Studios gave us many memorable screen monsters, including the Mummy, originally played by horror legend Boris Karloff. The reincarnation of an Egyptian priest, the Mummy's aim is to find his reincarnated lost love. Unfortunately, he also wants to kill her and turn her into a mummy.
Oh, Isis, holy maiden, I was thy consecrated vestal. I broke my vows. Save me now. Teach me the ancient summons, the holy spells I've forgotten. I call upon thee as of old.
Not exactly what we'd call romantic, but it's definitely horrifying. Over the years, the Mummy himself has turned up in many films, including a Brendan Fraser retread.
We are in serious trouble.
Number 9, the Blob.
Well, it's kind of like a mass. It keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Come on, Steve, makes sense.
The 1950s featured a lot of monsters from outer space, but none made the impact of the Blob. Sure, it basically looked like a big wad of pink bubblegum, but this bubblegum wanted to chew on you, not the other way around.
Hey, Marty!
An oozing mass of alien protoplasm, the Blob seemed indestructible, bullets couldn't harm it, and it ate anyone who got in its way. Except Steve McQueen, of course. The Blob was vulnerable to cold, and well, no one was cooler than McQueen.
Hey, that's it. It's cold. That's why it didn't come in the icebox after us. It can't stand cold.
Number 8, Count Orlok, Nosferatu, A Symphony of Horror. Count Orlok was a ripoff of Dracula, but this vampire was far less human than the suave Transylvanian Count. Orlok was creepily portrayed by the bizarre Max Schreck, who is said to have taken on a lot of the characteristics of the creature during filming. Orlok is pure evil, a folkloric figure that embodies the terrors that await us in our nightmares. They don't get much more chilling or ugly than this. Seriously, dude, trim those nails. Number 7, The Fly.
You'll be all right now. I know it's worked!
1958's The Fly was created when a scientist tried out his new matter transportation invention on himself. Unfortunately, a fly wandered in at the last moment, resulting in the titular monster, a grotesque mixture of man and insect, his human mind devolving into insect savagery. Yes, insect savagery. The Fly ends his life but still came back for 2 sequels and an acclaimed Jeff Goldblum remake. Number 6, The Phantom of the Opera. Remade several times and the basis of the longest-running musical in Broadway history, 1925's The Phantom of the Opera chilled audiences thanks to Lon Chaney's brilliant performance. A deformed composer living in the bowels of the opera house, the Phantom is a monster driven by passion. In Chaney's keenly observed portrayal, the monster is both magnetic and repulsive, sympathetic and cold-blooded, and utterly unforgettable. Number 5. The Wolf Man. Universal's The Wolfman indelibly impacted the horror genre and started the werewolf trend that continues to this day. Played by Lon Chaney Jr., the Wolfman himself appeals to viewers because he's a monster totally by accident. When saving a young woman, he's bitten by a werewolf and becomes one himself. Number 4. Godzilla. Japan's most famous monster, Godzilla has starred in more than 24 films. The giant lizard with really bad breath is a prehistoric dinosaur brought back to life by nuclear radiation. Although Godzilla likes fighting other oversized monsters, nothing makes his little reptile heart happier than stomping through Midtown Tokyo. Hey, the guy just happens to like neon. Number 3. King Kong.
Ladies and gentlemen, look at Kong, the eighth wonder of the world.
The story of King Kong teaches 3 important lessons. 1. Bigger is not always better. 2. Gorillas and blondes don't mix. And 3. No flash photography. The giant gorilla was perfectly happy back on Skull Island, eating virgin sacrifices and playing with dinosaurs, but the promise of fame was too strong for him. Another victim of Hollywood's live fast, die young culture.
It was beauty killed the beast.
Number 2. Count Dracula.
I am Dracula.
Count Dracula came to fame in Bram Stoker's novel, but it was Universal's 1931 film that brought him immortality. Bela Lugosi's mesmerizing Dracula made Edward Cullen possible.
No, probably not.
But he has none of Cullen's humanity, or sparkle. Sophisticated, hypnotic, controlling, and unflappable, Count Dracula is the embodiment of cold cunning mixed with a remorseless will to survive. Who could resist that combination?
Come here.
Before we get to our number 1 spot, here are a few honorable mentions.
To the boats, quickly!
Mr. Hall, I've had a serious accident. It's disfigured me.
You want anything else? See you in the morning.
You're wiser than anything on Earth. Use that intelligence. Look at me and know what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not your enemy. I'm a scientist. I'm a scientist who's trying...
Number 1. Frankenstein's monster, Frankenstein.
It's alive. Oh, it's alive. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive.
1931's Frankenstein may be named after the mad scientist, but it's the monster that everyone calls by that name.
It's Frankenstein.
Boris Karloff created a monstrosity that breaks the viewer's heart. He's a childlike creature that rebels and terrorizes, not because it is evil, but because it is hurt, frightened, and confused. Frankenstein's monster wants nothing more than to be loved and understood, something that every viewer can still identify with. Plus, you gotta love those retro neck bolts.
Where is it? Where is it? Ah! Quiet, you fool! Get away with that torch.
Do you agree with our list? Which classic movie monster makes your skin crawl? For more spooky top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Wow.